As children, while playing GTA San Andreas, many of us experienced a strange, almost liminal sensation as we drove away from the bustling cities into the desert. Los Santos weighed on us with the aggression of gang wars. San Fierro was shrouded in a melancholic fog. But Bone County? Bone County offered something completely different: emptiness. Why did this lifeless territory, where seemingly nothing ever happens, become one of the most alluring and at the same time terrifying places in the game?
Bone County and the Terra Robuata Desert take up a huge portion of the map. From a 2004 game design perspective, filling such a vast space with content was impossible due to the PS2's technical limitations. But the developers turned this drawback into a huge advantage. When you arrive here, the game's scale shifts dramatically. Houses give way to monumental cliffs, and narrow streets become endless highways. The desert dazzles you with its pale, scorched sun during the day and makes you feel like a tiny speck of sand. This is where a basic psychological trigger kicks in: cenophobia, the fear of empty spaces. You feel vulnerable because there's too much open space around you, with nowhere to hide.
The main symbol of this desolation is verdant meadows, an abandoned runway in the middle of the desert. This place is a true monument to a bygone era. Dozens of giant airplanes that once soared through the sky are now rotting under the sun, slowly sinking into the sand. According to the story, this is where Carl buys a property, a private airport. This place is the very essence of isolation. You're in a graveyard of technology. There's no civilization here, no laws, and no one will hear your cry for help, except for Terreno, who appears out of nowhere, reminding you that you're still being watched.
Psychologically, Verdant Meadows is portrayed as a place of absolute isolation. Here, Carl Johnson is left entirely to his own devices. The only inhabited structure is the control tower, whose interior is Spartan. You are cut off from Grove Street, from your friends, and from your normal life. You are locked away in the middle of endless sands. The human brain cannot tolerate absolute emptiness. It tries to fill it. That is precisely why Bone County has become the epicenter of the most terrifying and legendary gaming myths. UFOs, a serial killer who leaves bags of corpses in the canyon. The developers themselves fueled the atmosphere of paranoia. Just take Area 69, a secret military base surrounded by barbed wire that shoots you the moment you try to get close. The little probe-in bar with a map of anomalies inside. Lone radio towers transmitting strange signals. Bone County is steeped in the feeling that something sinister lurks in this emptiness, and that the government is working hard to hide it. The most striking feature of this location is the contrast. Las Venturas, the city of sin, money, and false happiness, glows with millions of neon lights. This contrast intensifies loneliness. You can spend midnight in the silent desert battling paranoia,
and then drive to the most expensive casino in just a minute. The desert makes you appreciate civilization, but civilization, with its artificiality, quickly wears you down, forcing you to return once again to the embrace of the quiet sands.
And so you've left the fake Las Venturas behind, returning to the embrace of the nighttime desert. The speedometer needle swings to the right, and all you see before your eyes is an endless gray ribbon of asphalt and the monotonously flickering center line. At this moment, San Andreas' game design plunges you into yet another remarkable psychological state, known as road trance. In real life, drivers are familiar with this phenomenon. When you drive for a long time on an empty nighttime highway, your brain shifts into a state of passive contemplation, erasing your sense of time.
But this trance wouldn't be complete without the finishing touch: the radio stations. It's in the desert that the music in San Andreas begins to feel completely different. Rock ballads on K-DST or the drawn-out grunge on Radio X, blaring from the speakers amid the silent canyons, create the perfect auditory cocoon. Here, music is no longer just background noise for wild shootouts. It becomes your only companion. The combination of an empty road, the dead of night outside the window, and classic rock creates a unique kind of video game romance. It's a melancholic yet incredibly comforting solitude. The game no longer tries to entertain you. It gives you a rare opportunity to simply contemplate the journey. And it is precisely this journey, through the emptiness, accompanied by your favorite track, that gives the player that very genuine sense of freedom. The reason we return to San Andreas time and time again. The aesthetic of abandonment in GTA San Andreas is a unique phenomenon. The developers managed to make emptiness interesting. They created a world that doesn't try to entertain you every second. It lets you be alone with yourself, your thoughts, and your fears. That's exactly why Bone County still feels so alive to us, despite its absolute lifelessness. But remember, in the San Andreas desert, you're never truly alone.